Hello again, beautiful beings. Welcome back to the desert. It's gorgeous here. Definitely very hot. You will probably see me sweat throughout this video, but sweating's good. It's a nice release. So I have a topic. I freaking love this topic, and I've already got sand in my shoe. And I don't even know what to call this topic. Like out-of-body experiences or understanding how to work with your astral body type of topic. And recently it's been very wild. I've been very aware of, I don't know, I've just been very aware of my astral body. It makes sense because I do a lot of astral traveling. So of course I would be, hyper aware or more aware than the average person about where my astral body is going. So this first happened a couple weeks ago, and I was laying in bed with my wife, and my phone, it's always on silent, but it was not on silent, and it dinged. And when my phone dinged, I instantly saw my astral body come out of my physical body and reach for the phone. And I'm like, that's interesting. Is that what happens every time? And actually, I'm gonna pause this epic content for a second to show you this. Okay, these right here are Joshua trees. Very cool. I'm just gonna spout off a couple of really cool facts about Joshua trees. First of all, the place, Joshua tree, is not just one Joshua tree. I don't know if any of you were also misled to believe that, okay, I'm Canadian, right? But I did hear about Joshua tree. Maybe it was, John Lennon and the Beatles and tripping out in Joshua tree or whatever. I always thought that Joshua tree was, first of all, very spiritual, which it is in general. But I always thought that it was one tree that people would visit and have these like alien experiences or an encounter or, something magical, right? And once again, don't get me wrong, this is a magical place, but it's not just one tree. Fun fact about Joshua trees, they cannot grow anywhere else in the world other than here. And what is that really holy place in the East? Is it Israel? I don't know. There's a really holy place, and I think it's Israel. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's only here in Joshua Tree and in Israel that Joshua trees can actually grow. Now, the interesting part about that is they've actually tried to take Joshua trees, because they're quite beautiful, and transplant them and try and plant them in other areas of the world. So they've actually tried to transplant Joshua trees in other places, even in California, right? There's so much land all around California that's a huge desert, and they haven't been able to successfully transplant a Joshua tree. Anyway, there's definitely something up with the energy of the Joshua tree in general, but it is a place. Joshua Tree is also a national park in America as well. So, when I say I'm going to Joshua Tree, most Californians think I'm going to the national park. I'm really just going to this town. The other interesting thing about Joshua Tree, the town, is that it's very tiny. For it being such a, I don't know, like such a spiritual place, kind of like Sedona. Like Sedona's much more built up these days, but Joshua Tree, like, it's really like, I don't know what the population is. It can't be more than 1,000. Like, I don't know. You could definitely, test me on that one, but it's very small. It should be a lot bigger than it is, but it's just a desert town, right? I thought it was going to be way more developed than this because it is really well known and quite spiritual here. I'll give you a little view of other places. I mean, it's so expansive. Just so expansive. That's what I love about it. Just so infinite out here. Okay, so moving back to the astral body, out-of-body experiences. After I noticed that my astral body, and I noticed that my wife does this all the time as well, she gets out of her body and her astral body gets out. So what are like other things? Like essentially I keep noticing it with knee-jerk reactions. So if you're like, oh, say for example, if you have a tea, right, beside, you know, on your desk or beside your bed or whatever, and, you know, part of you is like, oh, I'm gonna go reach for the tea and I'm gonna drink the tea. If your physical body does not reach for the tea and drink for the tea, your astral body will, okay? So same thing with grabbing your phone, like any real, like, you know, momentary impulsive decisions, your astral body will actually get out of your physical body. And that's okay. That's very natural, because we do have two bodies, but essentially that's also not okay, right? Because eventually all of this movement in and out of your body will leave you very ungrounded. It will leave you very out of body in general. And that's not going to be good for your health, your well-being, all of that stuff. Okay, other things too. If, say for example, you know, you and your friends go out and you go back home and you think about your friends that you just went out with, part of your astral body will actually either reconnect with that friend through a cord, or part of your astral body will literally just go over there and visit your friend. Once again, it's pretty cool, right? And probably not as cool as actually being consciously aware of where your astral body is going, but it's detrimental. It can really have profoundly negative effects on our life, right? So I just wanted to kind of do this video for all of you guys, all of the members, and just mention that we are out of our body far more than we ever expect, far more than we ever anticipate. And it's really important that you bring yourself back into alignment. You bring yourself back into your body. It's very important that you do that. And once again, realizing that every thought you have, every knee-jerk reaction you have is going to pull you back out of your body, right? It's not going to be good overall. So literally what I used to do all the time back in the day was I would clap my hands. I can't because I'm holding a selfie stick, but I would clap my hands, and in that moment I would pull myself back into my body. So every time I clapped my hands in the middle of a day, in the middle of a conversation, chatting with my wife or my friends or whatever, I would immediately be pulled back in and ground myself. So that's a good technique. Other techniques are, I'm trying to think, sage, right? Saging. Essentially, we need to realize that especially when we're working with our energetic body and our energetic systems, your thoughts create that reality instantly. So when you say, for example, you want to create a physical thing, you want to create an apple, okay? A physical thing, an apple. You think about it, you put it out there into the quantum universe, and then eventually it trickles down into your reality and it manifests, and eventually sometime that week or that month or maybe even that day or that hour, there's an apple that you've now manifested from your thoughts into your physical reality. It takes a lot more work to translate your thoughts into something physical versus translating your thoughts into thoughts, right? So if I wanted to fill my body up with white light right now in this moment, all I would have to do is think about filling my body up with white light right now in this moment. Do you see how that works, right? When you want to do anything in the astral realm, when you want to do anything in your astral body, when you want to do any energy work, it happens instantly with your thought. There's really nothing else that you need to do other than just think about the thing. And also hold the vibration of belief. If you say, for example, you're like, I'm going to clear my astral body. I'm going to clear my energetic body by healing myself. You can do that instantly. But if you're like, that's not possible, I can't do that, you won't do it, right? So having the thought, holding the belief is going to allow you to do the thing almost instantly. So that's really important. But other things, you could create a rule for yourself that every time you pick up a crystal from your pocket and you look at it, it is a time where you are instantaneously realigned in your body in that present moment. Does that make sense? Right? So you can create these rules for yourself as well that allow you to instantaneously realign. I'm trying to think of what other practices I've done before. A lot of visualization work. You can also set an intention or affirmation and say the words, I choose to update myself and bring all of my fractals into the present moment. I remember years ago, back in probably 2010, 2011, I was riding a bus and I had that thought. I felt very ungrounded. I felt very out of the present moment. And in that moment, I said, I choose to update myself in this present moment. And literally on this public bus, all of a sudden, all of these astral forms, all of these fractals of myself, all of these versions and parallel timelines, all came rushing in to my body on the bus in that moment. I'm like, whoa. And instantly, I could smell better. Everything around me was more vivid. Everything was very visceral and textile. Oh, a little bunny. I don't know if you can see him. He's right behind a bush. He's so cute. Oh, is that him? There he is right there, I think. Hi, buddy. Yeah, so it really doesn't take much, but we have to do this. Kind of like saging yourself and clearing your energy. We have to do this. We have to maintain our energetic systems, realign our energetic systems. And it's just important that we do that. It's like energetic maintenance, right? In a lot of ways. So I suggest doing that just as much as you sage. I sage multiple times a day. I don't think it's necessary to update yourself multiple times a day, but once a day would be great. Once a week would be great. I would say don't leave it longer than a week to update yourself into the present moment, because like I said, your phone dings and it goes off. Your energetic body is reaching outside of your physical body, and all of a sudden you're getting ungrounded. You don't have to be an empath to be ungrounded, So it's just important to realize how often we can stray from this physical world, especially if you are a starseed, especially if you have a hard time being here, just like me. So I hope that all of you are having a beautiful day. If you're in the LA area, you can come chill at this Airbnb as well. This is my mother-in-law's place. Last time I sat on this, there was actually a giant scorpion. So that was not a good thing, but it also came as a message and a spirit guide to me in that moment too. Oh, creeping on the wife. Anyway, Alright guys, I love you so much. Hopefully this video comes at the perfect timing. As always, super appreciate all of you being here, supporting me, my cause, this information, and essentially supporting your own ascension and evolution as well by being here and being a part of the membership. Love you all so much. Keep up the high vibes. I will probably try and record a couple more videos while I'm here. Might as well. It's just gorgeous. And do some more walking around videos because it's kind of like a walking meditation, even though I'm clearly out of shape and get out of breath. I think it's just so hot, and it's higher elevation here as well. All right, bye guys, have a good one. I'll stop rambling now.